Yeah. Let's move on. Let's get into it.
Let's move on, bro. Let's move on.
First news story. Our favorite actor, Tupac Shakur, reincarnated, he called himself. Jussie Smollett walked out of jail, appeal court ordered release, served less than a week of a 150-day conviction, and Illinois appellate court to cut short the former Empire star's 150-day sentence pending appeal. Smollett walked out of Cook County Jail at around 8 p.m. Wednesday, March 16th, surrounded by members of his defense team, family, and other supporters. Smollett was silent as he exited the Chicago facility. Defense attorney Nene Uchi told the assembled media that his client only drank water over the past 6 days, ate no food whatsoever. After less than a week behind bars on a 150-day sentence for faking a hate crime, Jussie Smollett will be walking out of Cook County Jail again. That's repetitive. Convicted on December 9th, 2020 over a widely covered January 2019 so-called MAGA attack. Smollett was sentenced to the 150 days jail sentence on March 10th. So I just want to quickly play what was his trial hearing. I mean, not his trial hearing, but his conviction hearing and what he had to say. Hold on.
Innocent, and I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of Black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this, and I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself, and you must all know that. I respect you, Your Honor. I respect your decision. Jail time. I am not suicidal.
Okay. Mr. Uche, let me inquire, are there any...
So that's what Smollett had to say while he was in the courtroom, claiming that he was not suicidal because he did not want for a mysterious death to be triggered to be similar to like Sandra Bland. So what do we think of Mr., Mrs., whatever his designated pronoun is, Smollett's conviction, his release? That I don't know if you guys want to revisit the story.
I've been following this story. I still don't know why they let him out though.
Yeah. So he was saying he's not suicidal just in case he gets killed, right?
Yeah, he was saying he's not suicidal in case somebody killed him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was saying like I'm not suicidal. Like I can go do the jail time, but I ain't suicidal. If I end up dead in there, I ain't killed myself. So when they start saying I killed myself, I didn't do that shit. I'm telling y'all now, I didn't kill myself. I get all that shit. But he was supposed to do 150 days. He did 6. Because I was watching when they took him to jail, and I was like, okay, he got to do 150 days.
This is just dependent, but
is it really? Well, is it the celebrity thing? Is dependent on what? He was supposed to do 150 days.
But I thought
he's still listed. The fines and the probation remain in place.
See, I thought it said pending appeal, though. So, like, the nigga can still do time, can he?
This says that the fines and probation remain in place. He's free to travel outside the Windy City, got to check in remotely with authorities.
Yeah, so he's not free. It just seems to me, well, I don't know.
He's out of jail.
He's out of jail.
Yeah, bro. He did 6 days. How did he only do 6 days?
And
the behavior.
And it doesn't sound like he's gotten house arrest either. Like, you could do probation and still be out and about with, like, restrictions in regards of where you could go.
All it said is he got to check in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he got a slap on the wrist. Like, how did he go from, how did he go from
days to that shit,
supposed to sit in a cell for 150 days to sitting in there for 6, and now he's able to travel freely? He just got to check in. Like, how the fuck does that happen, though? I'm lost on that part. How does that happen?
Money talk.
That's what I said. It's the
Black Zeus.
I was saying Black Zeus, the celebrity. Like, it got to be the celebrity. Same thing that they were talking about in the book. It got to be that celebrity. That is a desire that I want. That is a desire that I want. That's a mimetic desire. that if I get caught in a situation and I'm supposed to do X amount of jail time, that I get slapped on the wrist, it's brought down the wrist, and I get to go free. That is the desire of mine. If something happens, if I do some bullshit out here.
Smith, just for the record, are you suicidal?
No, I am not suicidal. I am not suicidal. I just want to go on the record and let you know I respect what you asked me, Senor Henry, but I am not suicidal.
Just checking, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not even acting like this is something new. To be honest, why be upset? White people get away with this shit all the time. So I applaud the young man for figuring out a way to not have to serve the jail time.
No, there's not any question.
He definitely lied. He definitely lied about, he definitely committed a crime. Let's not, pretend like he did not. But I'm not even mad at the fact that he got off. If the dude had committed murder, or theft, or something that basically harmed somebody else, like who else was harmed in this? Nobody, right? Like nobody.
The taxpayers' money, bro.
I was about to say, all I'm thinking of is all this money that was wasted, bro.
Yeah.
Like, why did they go through this whole trial just to let him out anyway? Like, it's waste, bro.
I mean, okay, I get that part, but I'm not even that mad at it, I'm not mad at it.
Chime in, brother.
If the taxpayers' money had to pay for a black dude and not go to jail, I'm okay with that. A nigga who didn't commit murder or any of that shit that we talked about whatever conversation that was, where we were saying, would you give a nigga a second chance? He ain't do none of them shit that y'all niggas mentioned.
So, yeah, the taxpayers' money was harmed, but also the idea if there's a crime, an actual hate crime that's committed, anything like this, anyone else try to say that something like this happened to them, people are gonna, kind of say, are you pulling a Jussie on us? Because you set the precedence.
Yeah.
I mean, so people who are in this situation for real, may not be heard, may not be noticed, may not be seen because of this nonsense. I mean, and the other thing is, to say that celebrity and money didn't have anything to do with this is a crock of shit. Anyone who's been in the court knows there's been a court knows the fact of the difference between your punishment being severe, minor, whatever the case may be, is a matter of who you are and what kind of money you have to get, what kind of team of attorneys you have behind you. I've been in trouble where I was facing 6 months of jail time, and after paying for an attorney, that 6 months of jail time went down to like a $650 fine. All right. If the system was fair to everybody, I wouldn't need an attorney. Everybody would just be treated exactly the same for the exact same crime. But obviously, me being able to afford that attorney changed my outcome. Now, the whole thing is that this just shows you how foolish and illogical and unfair the justice system is, despite the system having a symbol of a person holding scales and that person being blind. I see no difference. I see no money. I see no skin tone, this, that, and the other. It's a crock of shit. My whole thing is just that, what? Jussie, you foul, you did it. Just go to jail, eat a dick, and call it a day. You know what I mean? Take it like a man.
Are you saying literally or figuratively?
Hey, however he wants to take it.
But the crazy thing is, Black Zeus, he went to jail. They let him out. He went to jail.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, it's the fact of like, my whole thing is that,
And it was like, yo, you can go. He knows somebody. He was fucking somebody.
Like, dude, you got at least be a man and say, I fucked up. I deserve this punishment. I brought it on myself, this, that, and the other. Because, dude, the cat's already out the bag. You have no evidence of these two suspicious white men wearing MAGA hats.
But Black Zeus, if you looked at him,
you have two Nigerian brothers. You have two Nigerian brothers who have confessed to this whole entire conspiracy of yours. You don't have a leg to stand on.
But he said he's good. He said, you giving me jail time? Cool. I'm jail time. You know the hand clap. You know what the clap mean? Like, all right, fuck, I got caught. That's what the hand clap was. Like, jail time, all right, fuck, I got caught. But I'm not suicidal. So he was fine with jail time. He was doing it. They let him out.
But he wasn't fine because he pleaded not guilty.
He said not guilty, and he said
he was fine in the sense that he was already in there doing it.
Yeah, like
he said, I did not do this.
Yeah, he pleaded not guilty, so that means he's not fine.
I hear what you're saying. So you're saying you just trying to admit what he did. Listen,
man up to it.
Nah, there's this other thing that I got a career. I gotta live. I got money to make. I can't be known as a liar. I'm going down with this shit. I'm staying with my lie, and I'm gonna ride and die with my lie.
Yeah, and if I get
die with your lie.
I respect that part. Like I respect.
Go ahead, Cal. Hold on.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, Kel, what you had to say?
I just wanted to respond, like, just to the point Schubert made as far as, future hate crimes not being taken as seriously. I think that they wasn't going to take it seriously once they found the nigga alive. Like, so whether he got out early or not, the simple fact that this dude lied about it, it came out as a lie. It's like, niggas wasn't going to believe, they wouldn't take future hate crimes as seriously regardless. So, like, I get all of the fact that, homeboy lied. He clearly was guilty the entire time. He pretended like he wasn't. But I don't know, man. Again, I'm not scoffing at the fact that a black dude got off. And I'm not mad at it, man.
Hold on.
I'm not mad.
I got pushback on that.
I wanted to know what allowed this. I want to know what allowed. I still want to know how he got. Like this story it's missing something.
Nah, but hold on. Let me push back on a black dude that you happy that a black dude got off. Like, first off, I don't look at black celebrities as your everyday black person. Black celebrities has always gotten off on some bullshit. You got Venus Williams, who killed an elderly man in a vehicle situation. And she didn't serve an ounce of jail time. We all know the infamous OJ verdict.
That was a car accident. She wasn't wrong in that, though.
But she stood in.
OJ was proven not guilty. It ain't like
but he was not okay. But we all know what the consensus was like around that time. And then you had. Well, let me finish, bro. Let me finish. Then you had Brandy. Brandy also got caught up in killing somebody with a vehicle. Like, black celebrities, due to their socioeconomic status, have not served the same amount of jail time as someone who's of common folk, who's of middle class. But what I'm saying is, when you say that you're like, I'm not mad at it. Like, I look at it. I think Smith pointed this out very clearly early on, and I agree with. This is not a situation where it's just like, about race. This to me is more of about, what's your socioeconomic status in society? And I'm not gonna root on any black person who do something stupid in society and give them that, like, that nod, like, yo, you got off. Wrong is wrong.
Yeah, I agree with that. Wrong is wrong. Like, I'm not yet. Exactly. I don't applaud that. Oh, you got this off and you did some bullshit. No, I support you when you ain't do no bullshit and you got off. I support the motherfucker that did 45 years and he never was motherfucking guilty of this shit anyway. I support that. At the end of the day, I'm still just trying to figure out what allowed him to get off, because generally they say there's something. You don't just let somebody go free and you don't have a response of why you're letting them go. Like, that part is missing. In every story,
so from my understanding of what,
let me play what the jury
finish.
From my understanding of what was said,
let me finish though. In every story, when there's a situation where they're letting somebody go out of jail, they tell you why they're letting them go.
Okay, the Black Zeus respond to that. Yeah,
my understanding of what they were saying was that in the 6 days or 10 days he was in jail, homeboy wasn't eating. He was only drinking water and the other. So he just played the pity card of like, oh my God, he's like, dying in jail and this, that, and the other, and they probably gave him the same shit.
That was only 6 days.
They gave
Black Zeus.
They did the same. Hold on.
Black Zeus. I'm gonna ask you a 365 fitness question.
No, don't ask me a question. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, I think it was Paris Hilton. Was it Paris Hilton that went to jail? And
I know you finished your point.
I'm lost. I lost my thought. But the whole thing was, there was another celebrity, a young lady. I want to say it was Paris Hilton that went to jail. She was only there for like a week or something like that. You know, and they said that it was too cruel to her. It was too cruel to her mental state or something of that sort. And she got out.
Said that. You just said they said it was too cruel to her. They didn't say that about this. They did mention that he only drank water over the past 6 days and ate no food whatsoever. My question to you is, how long can you go without food? Because he didn't get to the 7th day. I'm just saying, like, real shit. Like, how long can you go without food? Because he didn't get to the 7th. How long, brother? You fitness 365. He was drinking.
Well, it all
depends.
Reality is.
This the same dude that went out at 2:00 in the morning to get a Subway sandwich. He eating what?
It all depends. It all depends on a couple factors. Your activity levels, how much body fat you have. You know, everybody's a little bit different. Some people might not.
I'm pretty sure that nigga wasn't doing nothing up in jail.
But I'm pretty sure that nigga's probably just sitting on his ass.
Still in all, he's not the first.
No, he wasn't gonna die.
He's not the first person to go into jail and go on a I'm not going to eat shit. He's not the first person to do that. We've had teenagers do that shit, but he got out of jail at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to Black Zeus' point, yeah, it varies. I'm trying to Google it. I see some people saying 3 days. I see 10. I see 5.
That's water.
It varies.
No, we were just talking about water.
Wait. You're looking at water, brother.
I know, but I'm gonna.
He was drinking, but he was drinking water. He was drinking water. So why are we looking at water when he was drinking water?
Well, he went.
He was drinking water, bro. He was drinking water. Drinking that. Why are we looking at water when he was drinking that? We already
how long? You could go somewhere between 8 to 21 days.
He was only in 6 days. It was only 6 days.
But it varies to Black. Still though, nonetheless, my point
is after 8 days it varies, bro. Fuck all that. Like,
no, but it can still varies before that, because if you are someone who works out intensely, which we don't think Jussie Smollett is.
It varies when you got money, bro. Like, y'all knock it off. Y'all not gonna play me with that one. It varies when you got money, like y'all said.
But you ask a fitness question. At the
science right there, but it says 8 days. But it varies when it starts at 8 days, and he was.
But Smith, let me respond to you without saying something. What I think what Black Zeus is saying, it still varies. That 8 days thing, we don't know still. I don't know the factors that are into it, but I could tell you, someone who works out like myself, who work out intensely, I can't go more than 2 days without food. Like, it just, because of my metabolism, I just can't. Now, I don't know if Jussie Smollett is someone who works out intensely. I'm assuming he doesn't. But if he is someone who works out intensely, Black Zeus could attest to this. That person can't go that many days without feeling the ramification of that.
Bruh, I'm going to say this last thing and I'm done with Jussie, right? At the end of the day, this has nothing to do with any science. They don't say that in here. They normally would tell you they're getting released because of their dietary restrictions.
I got you. No, you're right.
Let me finish. He went in with no dietary restrictions. He didn't say, I have these restrictions on my diet. I'm not beat for the shit, because when you go to jail, this happens, bruh. Like, I know about jail.
I know you. No, you're right. You absolutely right.
No one's disagreeing with you.
No,
he got out on some bullshit.
There's two separate. We already know that he got out on some bullshit. We already know that he got out on some bullshit. But the whole thing is the fact of what they'll say, for those who are not going to do the research, those who don't know, for the general public who want a simple answer and they don't have to think about it, is that, he wasn't eating. He was only on water for the last 5, 6, 10 days. The average person is going to think to themselves, oh my God, was he really that distraught? I cannot imagine going through that. All right. The average person has no idea.
Notice that the attorney said that. The attorney doesn't ask that, though. Come on, man. Like,
Yeah, but yo, Smith, you hit it dead on the part, man. This is some rich shit. That's all it is. Because I remember, because Floyd Mayweather did the same bullshit when he went to jail. After like he was supposed to serve like several months in jail for some domestic violence shit, and he served like some days or a week or some shit, and then he got off. He got out on some of the same bullshit where he was just like you. And you make a great point in regards of you didn't go in saying anything about your dietary restrictions. So why is this an issue now? Nah, you're right.
Because Floyd fits the bill for that one unless he wasn't eating. You know what I mean? If he wasn't eating, but I don't know. I still feel the same way I feel, bro. Nigga got off. I do not feel bad about it. You got white teachers not going to jail because they too pretty, and that's a regular.
And you got black teachers who are not going to jail because of some fuck shit, bro. I think this is not. I don't think this should be viewed in the lens of race. I think this should be viewed in the lens of socioeconomic status.
Yeah, well, you already. I mean, that's. No, I don't want to drag this shit on, but that's just a given. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Next news story. This involves our favorite organization in the past several years. Let me make this a little bit larger from Smith over here. This is from the New York Post. Boston social justice activist and hubby scammed at least $185,000 from donors, Fed says. Monica Grant husband indicted on federal charges. A high-profile social justice activist in Boston and her husband used a nonprofit they founded to scam at least $185,000 from donors who included a Black Lives Matter chapter in the local district attorney office. Federal authorities allege Monica Cannon Grant and Clark Grant allegedly treated their violence in Boston organization as a personal piggy bank to pay for rent, shopping sprees, delivery meals, visit to a nail salon, and summer vacations trip to Maryland. I'm just going to quickly just go ahead and play this video in regards of some of the indicted federal charges.
Profit called Violence in Boston is facing fraud charges, accused of misusing grant money and donations. Monica Cannon Grant is a well-known activist for racial justice. She's accused of using donations for personal expenses, including groceries, car rentals, even nail salon visits. WBZ's Christina Hager talked to community leaders who say this arrest could hurt the movement.
Nothing to say as she walked out of court facing a list of federal charges. Violence in Boston founder Monica Cannon Grant. Famous for leading racial equity rallies from Boston to Hopkinton, now accused of using money from her charity for personal use, raising grave concerns among other black activists that her alleged actions could set them all back.
Philanthropic organizations, elected officials, and others who may now be less likely to give to what they may perceive as a good cause.
An 18-count indictment alleges Cannon Grant and her husband Clark Grant used Violence in Boston money to pay for personal things like hotels, groceries, car expenses, Ubers, restaurants, nail salons, and travel. A political adversary, Republican Rayla Campbell, stopped by court to air out her own complaints.
You could see it's all about her and making herself happy, and it wasn't about taking care of the people and really standing up.
The couple also faces accusations of falsely claiming pandemic aid money and allegedly lying to get a mortgage for this Taunton home, which was the subject of a raid last October when Clark Grant was taken into custody.
The field was shut down over there, and it was shut down at the lights.
Neighbors say the road was blocked off and crowded with authorities.
You should either pay it back or do time or do something.
Cannon Grant walked out of the courthouse here on personal recognizance. Her attorneys put out a statement saying this case is based on incomplete records and they are certain she will be vindicated. In the Seaport, Christina Hager, WBZ News.
Christina, thank you.
All right, fellas. This is not the first time Black Lives Matters affiliated organizations or people affiliated with Black Lives Matter, the banner has been caught up in financial scandal. So what do we make?
I want to speak to the Monica thing. I don't want to wrap it up in the Black Lives, because at the end of the day, there are a lot of organizations that do this, whether they're black or white.
Understood, but I'm just saying. Well, let me summarize my point though. My point is, just recently, within the past year and a half, Black Lives Matter has found themselves as an organization, being that this woman is affiliated with the Black Lives Matter chapter out in Boston in regards to, just, financial woes or financial scandal. So I get that, but I just wanted to wrap that all up.
But no, it didn't say that she was affiliated with a chapter necessarily. It said that she supported it, but she got money. She got money donated from a Black Lives Matter chapter.
Well, is it still an affiliation of some sort or a donorship? Nonetheless, it's still
being affiliated and getting donorship is not the same thing, though. Those aren't the same. I got a nonprofit. It's not the same thing. Me being affiliated with Black Zeus and Black Zeus donating to my cause are two different things. And I know you're saying, but if he donates, he's affiliated. No. He could donate without being affiliated. You understand?
I kind of see what you're coming from. I think I have a different perspective based on the way in my financial world in regards of how we see that.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I wanted to speak to her because I was like, so she let her man, this Black woman empowerment, she let her man down the road. So I'm saying that she guilty of this shit and she strung my man along. I was asking who Cannon Grant was, but I see that was Monica. But she strung my man along and got him all hemmed up in some bullshit. You know what I mean? She had this great plan. Nah, they say the Black woman the head, right? Y'all want to be the fucking head? You gonna be the head of this discussion, goddammit. So she just strung my man along, got my man hemmed up in some bullshit because she want to go get her nails done, go to motherfucking Maryland. At the end of the day, like, this shit is sad, it's depressing because this is what people do with the nonprofit monies. There's a lot of money that people always donate. They're constantly giving. There's money that matriculates through my nonprofit, and I see how it could be something big if I wanted to be a scam artist. At the end of the day, nonprofit is supposed to be that. It is supposed to be that. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to be for your own profit, for any political gain, for any of that shit. But people get lost, man. People get dissuaded. She saw the model. She saw some model. Remember, in the book that we're going to go
beautifully
about negative models and positive models, she saw a negative model of somebody getting away with this and thought that she could do it herself. And that's what she tried. And she got caught. You know what I mean? That's my shit. That's my take.
I like to tie into the model. Yeah, she definitely saw people getting away with that shit. I like that. She definitely did.
Is she black? Because if she was, I'm okay with it. I'm fine.
Yeah, she was.
I'm fucking with you. Yo, my thing is, how are they not? Like, how is nobody monitoring? How much money is being spent? Like, how does it get to all of this? How does it get to a certain point before somebody actually realizes, like, well, damn, this is what all the funds are going to? They gotta have a better way to monitor, how these funds are being spent, even if it's on a, bi-weekly basis, or, whoever is in charge of leading the charge. Y'all niggas can't be the ones, who are solely in charge of the money. Not just in this, particular instance, but just in general. Like, how do these nonprofits not get monitored and their money not get monitored a little bit more closely? So,
well, we got a business owner and a person who owns, you have business owner in Black Zeus and Smith who runs a nonprofit, and they probably could chime in better than I can in regards to that. I think it just comes down to like your income taxes. What are you reporting? And I guess that's how you get caught essentially. But you guys could correct me if I'm wrong.
It's past the income tax. Like, at the end of the day, Henry, you have a company that's worth millions of dollars. You're giving that to this organization that says they're going to do X, Y, and Z with their money. You're not sitting over there with a microscope and shit or a magnifying glass. You gave them the money. You know what I mean? Sometimes they send back thank you cards, or they send back their little, this is what we did with the money photo op shit. But at the end of the day, you're not, that money, that $5,000 or $10,000 or even $100,000 that you gave that company, that wasn't nothing to you. That was a tax write-off for you. So you don't care about the money in earns. You know what I mean? There are other people who giving their little $500 or $100 that do care about the money. And might be the people, who throw their red flag and say, wait, this company not right. You know what I mean? They say they're going to have this big festival. All they have is motherfucking a few balloons, and they give out a few book bags and shit. You know what I mean?
Bruh.
That's how motherfuckers do. They make it look like they doing something big and they do something cheesy as hell and corny in the community.
Yeah, got some cheese sandwiches. You're like, hold up, you didn't collected $2 million this year. How the hell you handing out cheese sandwiches?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So they say they doing this big event in the neighborhoods and shit, and the shit don't do what it is, but it's still something. You know what I mean? That's the bullshit organization.
Black Zeus, chime in, brother.
Black Zeus, chime in, brother.
So one is the fact of every organization, whether it be profit or nonprofit, is basically a self-run entity, whether you're talking about LLC, all the way up to S Corp and so forth and so on. Every single one of those entities is its own person, its own being, its own existence. Within that entity, when monies come in, those monies have to be funneled into whatever is going to be done. Now, you get room to do something with the money here and there, as long as you can associate it to the business, so or the nonprofit. So if, let's say, I'm traveling from Jersey to Florida for a fitness summit, I can claim the travel expenses on my claim the travel expenses on my taxes and take it out of the business account. So when I pay for my Ubers, when I pay for a plane ticket, when I pay for, even if I'm paying for a lunch for myself, as I'm on those trips, or Uber Eats,
and that's all first class.
Those are all legitimate expenses. All legitimate expenses. Even if I'm taking my clothes to the dry cleaner, if I'm taking clothes to the dry cleaner, that is considered a legal business expense. So the whole thing is, most of the things I'm hearing is nothing lavish. Groceries, Uber Eats, like nails. Are you really serious? Like, I was expecting to hear hundreds of thousands of dollars, luxury cars, luxury houses. But wait a minute, I have heard that before from the chick that runs Black Lives Matter. Did she buy 6 multi-million-dollar houses, one with a hangar in it? And when she got called out on it, she just tried to downplay it and say, what's wrong with somebody taking care of their family? Your family needs multi-million-dollar houses across the world? Really? After you got $90 million in donations? Are we really going to nitpick about some nobody ever heard of violence in Boston group about nails, groceries, and Uber Eats when we didn't nitpick about Black Lives Matter and $90 million of donations and multi-million-dollar homes? Is that really the argument that you're really trying to push here? Is that really the argument? Because quite frankly, I don't give a fuck. She got her nails done. She might have paid for some flight tickets to go to a rally or something, this, that, and the other. Those are legitimate expenses. To me, those are legitimate expenses. If she bought some groceries, okay, there might have been some personal, but this is like pennies. We talking groceries.
But the scam is up to $185,000. That's not chump change. And I think
the whole thing is.
And then on top of that,
the
thing is, I think the thing is, and I listened to this brother. He has a YouTube channel called The Pocket Watchers. He's an accountant, and he talks. Yeah, so one of the issues that I think that got her jammed up is when she touched that COVID relief money. That COVID relief money, that shit is tracked. That shit, man, they having a Hawkeye regarding what are you doing with that COVID relief money, and anyone who's claiming hardship using the COVID relief money, they're finding themselves jammed up, and I think that's her demise. I think that's what caught her up.
That shit was modeled. People were talking about getting that money.
Absolutely.
I think you showed us the rap.
So my whole thing is,
hold on, Smith finish this.
I think you showed us the rap video. Old boy made a rap video about going to the
I remember
this PPP shit. So that as a model, and they started saying I can do the same thing. And at the end of the day, you didn't think that money was going to be accounted for. I just had a coworker that went and got her taxes done. Was like, yo, I got so much less money back, and it's like, yeah, because you decided to take that money when they was giving it to you. I know y'all didn't think they was giving y'all free money.
No.
I know y'all didn't think y'all was getting free money. I knew y'all was going to pay this shit, right? Like at the end of the day, so now they do gotta hawk out on it. But look, they went after the lady because listen, like you said, 90 million could pay for a different kind of lawyer.
Yeah,
185,000. That's a different kind of lawyer.
Yeah,
I hear you, but all I'm saying is the fact of they've blown it up more than what it is on like petty shit. They're not even saying like she did some real scam. Like it doesn't make sense to say, yeah, she had a scam. She got her nails done. She bought groceries. She did Uber Eats. Like really, that's a scam. Like that's really.
It was. She could listen. Like, she should used the money for different shit than that, but she still did.
I get that, Smith, but the whole thing is.
Maybe
like when you really think about scams, when you really think about newsworthy scams, do you really feel like somebody getting their hair and nails done as newsworthy scam?
Yeah, she just spent the money on the wrong shit.
It's some petty shit.
$5,000 though.
But it's 180.
I know that any of us that's on here, if somebody just gave us 185,000, would be another life changer for us, no matter how good we're doing right now.
I get that the money aspect, but the whole thing is what they're saying is, I'm not saying that the money isn't an issue. I'm saying the fact of the things that they're saying she spent the money on, and the stuff. Let me finish my thoughts, Smith. All I'm saying is that the things that she's saying that they said that she spent the money on, and the amount of money doesn't match up. It doesn't match up. You have to spend a lot of fucking money to there's something else there that's not there. There's something that's missing. Because there's no way you're telling me you spent 180 grand on nails, Uber Eats, and groceries.
Well, check it
out. That's all I'm saying. I was waiting to hear she bought a house.
Well, you missed one of the key things.
She went on vacations.
The first thing it said, though, Black Zeus, was rent. Rent. That was the first thing, rent. So 185,000. We don't know, but rent.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying.
Let's say she
but look, you're still going off the hair and the nails, but the rent was the first thing there. Rent. Okay, but what did the second thing was the shopping spree.
Okay, what was the rent for?
We don't know.
It had to be for a personal thing.
That's what I'm saying. There's missing information. That's
but it had to be for a personal thing as opposed to for her company, because for the company she could have wrote that off. So she's
not necessarily because
a personal house.
So here's the thing, right?
Spree. Like she's shopping at Louis Vuitton, or she's shopping at Lululemon. Like where's she shopping?
So here's the thing: as a business, I can rent to myself legally, meaning the fact of, let's say I'm going to have a business meeting between me and the three of y'all, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to rent to myself my house as a space for us to meet. Legally, on paper, I could do that and charge myself rent and pay myself that rent for such usage.
Agree.
Also, part of because I do part of my business from home, I can write off my laptop, I can write off my internet service, I can write off my Zoom, I can write off up to 300 square feet of my home as office space, as home office space. So the whole thing is like, there's more to this than is being said.
Hey, Black Zeus.
Like that's all I'm saying.
And like the key word that you said, and the key word that you keep saying is you could write off. What she was doing wasn't writing this shit off. So she was scamming.
Well, maybe though.
There's a difference. Like no. She listen. You said as a business owner, and I respect that. You can write that off, and you can write it off. I agree with that. But she wasn't writing it off. She was scamming. It's a difference. Because if she was writing it off, she wouldn't have got caught in the scam of it.
And I think also, man, again, we can't downplay this COVID relief money, as Smith was pointing out. And I think, like Smith was recalling all of the stories we covered in regards of rappers and entertainers, and it's just like, look, that shit was a setup. And for anyone who thought that this was just free money that people could just willy-nilly, spend, because they were, while the government wasn't necessarily didn't necessarily put a lot of parameters in regards of who got the money, or didn't set proper parameters in regards of who got the money, they are making sure that they will recoup that money by all means necessary. And they have systems in place to identify especially in her case, you have a nonprofit, and I'm glad Smith runs a nonprofit, and he kind of knows the ins and outs. And if something is not lining up with what your nonprofit was doing before to when you got this COVID relief money, you will be sniffed out, and that's what happened.
I'm not disputing all that. All I'm saying is, me personally, I'm just more concerned about the big fish versus the little fish. If they were going after the big fish as hard, then I'd be like,
they are though.
But the whole thing is, so for instance, the Lakers franchise filed for that COVID relief money, even though they didn't need it, and got it. It was because of the public backlash of like, yo.
But it wasn't but they didn't.
That's the reason they gave the money back.
But it was a public backlash from a morality standpoint. But in regards of what they didn't ethically or legally violate anything. Like they filed for it and then they got it rightfully.
But what I was saying, Brad, is that they didn't need it, and they were taking the money because
that's two different things, though.
But
you're bringing up an issue regarding like an ethical standpoint, whether or not the Lakers or Ruth Chris Steakhouse should have gotten the PPP money versus to you lying about how you received this money. And like, I think that's the thing about it. And I think the reason why she's being highlighted is further stories regarding COVID relief money and how it's basically highlighting like, yo, people are getting arrested for this, and this is small and wide. And I think also there is a connection to Black Lives Matter, because when I read this article, it clicked to Black Lives Matter, because obviously Black Lives Matter as a chapter donated to her, and Black Lives Matter has also had their own financial disclosure woes for not necessarily disclosing how they're spending the $90 million, hence why California has basically stopped them from receiving money up until further investigation.
Yeah,
so there's a multitude.
And that the local DA office gave them money. The district attorney
exactly.
Money, and you spend that shit on some willy-nilly? No, that's going to be a problem, bro. It's problematic.
So I agree. Listen, I agree. I'm not disagreeing that if there was any. I'm not disagreeing that if there's any foul play that she shouldn't be. All I'm saying is that, like, I was waiting to hear some big ticket items. I when they were just saying like this little minor everyday shit, I was like, really? This is what y'all talking about? Like, that's all I'm saying. It just doesn't seem as much of a scandal when you say, yeah, she got 100 and she went and did her nails.
Hey, Black Zeus, is a lie a lie?
Yeah.
Or do you have to have the little white lie and the magnitude of a lie? A lie is a lie, bro. Like, at the end of the day,
a lie is a lie by
it doesn't matter.
Magnitude.
Listen.
Magnitude.
This is your thing. In your head, you're saying, but basically, why is this bitch getting such little things? That's what you're thinking. See, that's what you're thinking. You're saying, if I'm going to scam, I'm going to scam bigger. But listen, everybody don't think like you. She was thinking this is big for her. That's what you're missing it.
All I'm saying is this, right?
For her, it's big, bruh. For you,
okay, for her, it's big. All I'm saying, listen, bro. Listen, all I'm saying,
for her, it's
all
big.
I'm saying is that when I'm watching the news, and one week they're telling me about somebody robbed the bank for $100,000, and then the next day they're telling me somebody robbed the third grade, some kid in the third grade for $5. I'm like, really? This is news. This is news. Really?
Well,
it just seems so petty.
But no, but I think you also, again, this is also part of what Smith pointed out. The thing is, she also received money from the DA's office, which by itself is just like, if you're gonna start taking money from high-ranking authorities, you need to be on the up and up. Don't be on some dumb shit. And then secondly, the Black Lives Matter connection, because to Smith was asking when he's right in regards of there is a distinction between affiliation and donate and being a donor. And I think because the Black Lives Matter as an global entity, as a global network, they've been under investigation themselves regarding the money. So when you're under investigation, they're going to investigate who you're sending money to, because that's sort of a money laundering thing. And then when they see like, oh,
and
what is this?
I was going to agree with you about the affiliation.
Yeah, and then that's where they're like, what is this violence in Boston? And now violence in Boston books are going to be open for scrutiny and stuff like that. So it's just like, it becomes this whole, look, man, again, I think.
Listen, like I said, I would like to see where this story goes. I don't think it will really go much of anywhere. But the whole thing is that, I do agree with you about the affiliation thing. If you donate to someone, you can consider yourself affiliated because when you donate, if you hold a name, if I say The Rock worked out at my gym, even though he might have just came to work out, this, that, and the other, just by me saying that he is approved to, he has accepted my gym or said my gym is worthy for him to go work out in, he has basically put his stamp of approval on me and given, created an affiliation just by associating with. So the whole thing is affiliation is, donation as well, because the fact of you're saying when you give someone else money to that, you're saying you approve of this person. So if I go to one person and say, well, Black Lives donated to me, someone else gonna say, well, Black Lives donated to you, you must be legit. I'll donate to you too. So the whole thing is donations are affiliations and vice versa. Who you give money to does say who you fuck with as well. Because if I said, hey, I gave $100 to the Church of St. Francis up the street, they'll be like, oh man, he's giving money to the Christian church. If I said I gave money to the Satanic Church of New York, you'd be like, oh, he's a Satan worshiper. So the whole thing is where you put your money does affiliate you with it.
And the reason why, because I
still agree to disagree with that. But
and I see where you're coming from. I see how you interpret that different. The only reason why I interpret the affiliation the way I do is because of the required classes I had to take, and like there's certain countries and there's stipulations in regards of who you can even take donorship from, and whether or not you can even donate to political movements. Like there's even restrictions in regard to that because of that, because they will interpret that as an affiliation. That's why
every time you see somebody put their label on a race card,
you donate the money to them, and then you pull back because you say, I didn't know this is what they were into. And that's what cuts that cord of affiliation, is what in my
exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, I didn't know Black Zeus was into money laundering and human trafficking. I was just donating, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what they say. I'm not affiliated with that.
Smith, why you gonna act like that, bro?
I donated.
You was right there with me
with that.
when you was counting up these bitches. Why you gonna act like you didn't know? You knew you
stop it,
bro. You went from
get some help.
You went to go get these bitches.
All right, let's move on to the next story, man. This one is interesting because I think a lot of this is, I try to stay as far away from Russia-Ukraine stories as much as possible, but this story had me fucking on the floor.
This is stupid as hell, bro. I don't even like the title. I'm sorry that I'm reading ahead. I'm gonna let you read this to me, bro. This shit is stupid. And I didn't hear this story. I missed this one.
This is from the HBCU Advocate. Hampton universities to offer free room, board, and tuition to Ukrainian and international students studying in Ukraine displaced by ongoing conflict, and humanitarian effort to help those college students and families affected by the current conflict in Ukraine. Hampton University President Dr. William R. Harvey announced that it will invite 50 to 100 Ukrainian and international college students presently studying in Ukraine to continue their education on HU campus this summer. This is a quote from him. The collective Hampton University faculty, staff, students are heartbroken because the war-torn country of Ukraine must deal with the atrocities like the bombing of maternity wards, hospitals, and other civilian areas, said Hampton University president. I think this partnership is something that can be beneficial to a great number of students and families. My entire career has been focused on helping people to achieve and meet their goals. Ukrainian and international college students affected by the combat will be able to attend classes at Hampton for the 22 summer session, receive free room, board, and tuition, and that sort of stuff. So let Kelvin start first because he's been quiet. Kelvin, do you have anything to say? Because I know Smith about to go ham. And before he goes ham, I just want to get Kelvin's thoughts.
I ain't going ham. I gotta.
My bad. I was downstairs. I think it's stupid. Like, if y'all gonna give free tuition to anybody, get them scholarships away to Americans. I'm not even gonna say black. I'm not even gonna say white. Let's just give it away to the Americans. I'm pretty sure that there is some type of hidden benefit to them, to where it's like, okay, we donate to Ukraine, so now we can get, I don't know,
like federal funding, more federal funding.
There's some benefit to this. So
Yeah.
they're not doing it out of the kindness of their heart.
Yeah.
Well, I think that other benefit is that they're giving them the option to stay at Hampton, which also gives them the option to be an American citizen. But I'm gonna let y'all go ahead right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think Kelvin's done. Kelvin's done. I don't know,
okay.
Black Zeus, you want to chime in before Smith goes on his rant about this?
Oh no, I'm saying look, if you that last sentence, like you stay here for free right now, but then you got the option to stay here. But if you got the option to stay here, that means we can make you American citizen.
Yeah.
You can be here. So, but go ahead, Black Zeus.
I'm trying to figure a way not to sound too politically incorrect.
Go ahead. And I'm doubling down.
My simple way of looking at it is this. If Ukraine was brown, would all this concern still be there? That's my question. That's all. Or you know, like, because like if
mic drop.
If it was because we already know, as what these guys Trump said, you know, oh, we don't want the shit countries coming in here. We want the good countries, you know. So I'm just wondering, would all this charity and humanity be there if Ukraine was brown? Oh, wait a minute. The brown people in Ukraine can't leave. At least they can't board a train and leave, you know, but whatever.
Brown people can't leave. Yeah, at least they can't get on the goddamn train and leave. They could walk.
Yeah, they won't let them get on the train. You can walk.
They could walk and then swim and then fucking run and shit like they have.
And I hope that Poland lets you in.
Smith, what you got, brother?
Well, so it's funny. I was just talking to a student, right, who got accepted to Howard, who can't bring their car on campus, who has to make sure that they're vaccinated to come on campus. She's not vaccinated now. She's a senior, and she's like, I was going to wait. To get vaccinated, Smith. I was going to wait because I got to get vaccinated to get on, to go on Howard campus. They told me if I'm not vaccinated, I can't live on the campus. And I said, well, you can't go to the North Museum, because the North Museum, you got to be fully vaccinated. She was like, oh, damn. Well, I was going to wait, and then I was going to get it just before I left. I was going to wait 1 week before I left. And I said, oh, homegirl, understand this about this vaccine. You know, you got to get 2 shots of that shit to be fully vaccinated. And you know that shit like 3 weeks apart. She was like, oh, I didn't know, so I got to get vaccinated now? Anyway, she said she can't bring her car on. She said, Howard is expensive. You know, I went there and I was talking about the money and how it's expensive. Now, this same institution is going to give 50 to 100 Ukrainian people room and board, where the students who are on campus struggle with room and board. Where the students who are in their community struggle with room and board. Like, at the end of the day, you got people that left Howard because they couldn't afford it, but you're allowing these people to come in. You couldn't put them on a payment plan. You couldn't put them on a trust fund. Hey, we trust that once you graduate, you'll give this money back to us. I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, that's not what we do for us. So I'm going to say this. I was watching this shit about the Tulsa race riots last night on the BNC, right? And these kids, they're now 92, 93, 95, 91, 89 years old.
They ain't kids no more.
No, they're not kids. No, they're not kids. But I'm saying they were kids when this happened, right?
Yeah, I get it. Now they got 1 foot in the grave. Got you.
Nah, but check it out. They took everything away from these fucking kids, right? They took everything away from their families. Do you want to get a Ukrainians motherfucking shit? You want to get a Russian shit? You want to get a German? You want to get a Jewish? They give everybody except the motherfucking Black American. Like they destroyed Tulsa, and I was watching this. And when you said this shit about the Ukrainian, now they coming in, and I want to say it's our territory, it's our HBCU. I get it. They could bring a different culture. We don't need that shit right now. We need our own shit right now.
Yeah.
And our motherfuckers need to not be letting these people come over here for free when you got your own that's struggling. That's all. I'm gonna leave it there. You got your own that's struggling. You gonna let these?
Yeah.
Hold up. Hampton is a HBCU.
Yes.
That puts even more shit on the pile.
But
that's why I'm not going to go. But yeah, this is a HBCU, man.
And Smith pointed out a great point, because even though I haven't attended, I never went to a HBCU. I know people who've gone to HBCUs, and while it's a great cultural experience, the campuses are not what's up. The facilities are not what's up, and there's been complaints about rundown buildings and things are just not upgraded.
Their dorms right now are fucked.
Yes, if you really read the reports regarding HBCUs, dormitories, and it's not what's up. And I'm just gonna say, I think the priorities is fucked up, and that's all I gotta say. Is just, I get wanting to be all noble and look out for human beings, but shit, there's a reason why you're an HBCUs. You need to be looking out for the B part of HBCUs.
And like Black Zeus said, this smells of some form of kickback at some point.
Yeah, I think I think Kelvin said this. Like, we're not doing this at the kindness of our heart. I think there will be probably some federal funding behind this and all. Damn, I really want to get to this one story, but time is of the essence. I don't know if because of Kelvin, he will be dropping off. So I guess we could transition into the book club story.
No, I'll be here till I'm done with this first coat.
All right, that's what's up. So
and look, but if I'm done at 10:45, though, I'm out.
All right, you ain't shit. All right,
fluid, motherfucker.
All right, this is what I found interesting. This is from the Insider. South Carolina has finished renovating a correctional facility and said death row inmates now have the option of being executed by firing squad. And why you laugh?
That's an option for me.
Yes. So in a press release Friday, South Carolina's Department of Corrections said firing squad executions are now allowed under the state law. The state is ready to carry out firing squad execution following renovations at a capital punishment facility at a Broad River Correctional Institution in Columbia. The death chamber has been renovated to accommodate a firing squad. Now the chamber now includes a chair in which inmates will sit if they choose execution by a firing squad. Last May, the state passed legislation that made the electric chair the state's primary means of execution, while giving inmates the option of choosing death by firing squad or lethal injection if those methods are available. The Associated Press reported the legislation was passed last year to combat the state's inability to get lethal injection drugs. The AP also reported that South Carolina's last batch of lethal injection drugs expired in 2013, and drug manufacturers have been reluctant to sell the drugs due to drugs to states because of pressure from anti-death penalty activists. According to the press release, the death chamber renovation cost $53,000. And they got a Democratic Senate quote here. It's basically saying that it's the least painful execution method available. Death penalty is going to stay the law here for a while. If we're going to have it, it ought to be humane. So, fellas,
what least painful?
That doesn't sound humane. That sounds
which one is the least painful?
The firing squad.
Really?
The firing squad is.
I think 50 Cent would disagree with that.
This is why I made it. I think it was an interesting story that came across my news feed. So, one, how do you feel about the death penalty? Two, how do you feel about South Carolina now giving an option in regards of how you want to be executed?
I mean, I heard about the preliminaries of this. I think last year I heard about the preliminaries of this in South Carolina. Actually, I was in South Carolina when I heard about it. I don't really have a problem with it. I mean, still same end result. I mean, it's still the same end result, you know.
Well, so I guess the only thing that will come out of here that will be somewhat humane would be the firing squad not knowing who actually killed the individual. That's the only thing that you can get out of this. Outside of this shit is dumb as hell. This shit is what they talking about when they say make America great again. This is it. Go back to motherfucking archaic motherfucking ways of killing people off. And the reason I say that is because, like, at the end of the day, so if the four of us are part of a firing squad, we don't know who shot the bullet that killed the person. So we don't have that stress on us because, you know, or we have collective stress because none of us know who killed the person. So either we don't have any or we have collective stress because nobody knows who killed it. If I'm that person putting my arm for the electric chair, I know that I killed the person. Remember that it's not natural to just off somebody, and you live with that shit. Black people can speak to that more than I can. You know what I mean? But I do know that you live with that shit. But to say that you want to shoot a motherfucker, okay, so if these bullets aren't hitting and it's a one-shot deal, because you could be hit multiple times with the bullets and they not kill you, is that really being humane? You know
That's what I was thinking. That's why I said.
You know what?
Well, let Kelvin chime in, and then we got to.
I mean, are they shooting the nigga in the head? Because then you talk about, well, shit, I guess you can't have an open casket. And most
they shoot center mass.
No casket anyway. So
Black Zeus said they shoot him center mass.
They shoot him where?
Center mass, like the chest.
Center mass. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I don't know. I mean, it's crazy that these niggas can't get the fucking ingredients for the fucking lethal injection. Maybe because some of them active ingredients is in the COVID vaccine. Like, why is there?
Such an asshole.
Nah,
many niggas being killed by lethal injection.
He said it wasn't a COVID vaccine.
What's causing the shortage, though?
Yo, now people go. Now that's gonna be the next conspiracy. You know this is going on the internet.
What's causing the shortage, bro?
Yo, Kel, you stupid, bro.
Yeah, you're right, though. Yeah,
no,
the ingredients. I hear you with that.
No, well, the reason is because the reason why they're having an issue. The one sentence that's in here, they're saying that drug manufacturers are reluctant to sell the drugs for that makes up the concoction for the lethal injection because of anti-death penalty activists. So that's why I wanted to know where you guys stand are regarding the death penalty.
Well, guess what? They got COVID activists, so that's bullshit.
So I'm just saying
that's bullshit.
So let me get this. So let me get straight. People are killing themselves every day slowly with alcohol, with tobacco, with every other drug and fucked up thing, and there's activists for the one motherfucker out of every 30, 50 years that gets the death penalty? Really? There's an activist group for that?
Yeah,
that actually stops the drug company from making something to kill this one motherfucker?
Exactly.
Are you serious?
Exactly. Come on.
That seems like a little bit of flaw. Who are these people that have started a foundation, the anti-killing a criminal motherfucker?
Moderna, bro. It's Moderna. I'm telling you, my fucking theory.
You about to get us scared. Stop! Don't name these companies, bro.
Yo, disclosure. Anything that Kel says is not proved by the other brothers of IBBC.
Yeah.
No,
You know, somebody's gonna hear this like, yo, I got the Moderna shot. I didn't hear 4 brothers talking about they got lethal injections in the Moderna shot.
Not 4, just one. Just one.
And you're affiliated with the program, Shu, so they're gonna say
right. You're my affiliate, bro. Now go ahead and denounce us so you ain't fucking coming no more. We're gonna change the link and not tell your ass what it is.
You can't do this without me, bruh.
The only thing I would say to the anti-death penalty activists to at least play devil's advocate for them is one, we know the history of our criminal justice system, and there are, I don't know how many, but there are folks, men, particularly black men, on death row, and a lot of times we already know that sometimes they got the fair, the raw deal regarding their sentencing. A lot of times, not all the evidence has been presented, so therefore they're not the one really, guilty of said crime, but they got guilty of said crime through some corrupt legal system. Obviously, this is in South Carolina, so you got to be mindful of there could be an innocent brother that's sitting on death row who didn't do some shit back in the 80s, 90s, or what have you. So that's the only thing I probably could see why you do have anti-death penalty activists, because there are wrongfully convicted people out there.
Well, I just want to say this, that if I'm ever wrongfully committed, for picked out for a crime that I did not commit, and it's like 20 years or the death penalty, hook me the fuck up to old Sparky. Get it the fuck over with. Get it the fuck over with.
Yeah, I feel you. All right, let's transition to the book. There's some other fun stories. Like the other news I had was the Senate basically voted unanimously to permanently keep daylight savings time, and right now it's facing an uphill battle with the House. So I don't know how you guys feel about time adjusting shit. But the Senate is basically, all right, we had enough about adjusting our clock.
Control everything. But my only question with them when they was going to turn the time, was they going to wait till it went back and then keep it permanent? Or
I think they're trying to say this is it. Like this spring was it.
This spring is it, right?
Yeah.
It don't make. I was talking to my mother.
I'm getting tired of this shit.
It don't make a difference.
Yo, you ain't lying, Black Zeus.
No, the only thing you gotta understand is this: like, the time doesn't make a difference with folks. The only part is with your consumers, and it's going to be dark at 3:00 when motherfuckers are trying to shop and get out of school. Like, you got to keep that in mind. That's why the time really changes, because of how it affects the daylight. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. When I was reading this article, basically they were saying how the only impact it will really have is the morning time if they don't adjust the time. So like now cats might
be getting robbed. That's all.
Yeah, like so it's gonna be dark until in some places up until 8:00 in the morning.
That's what I'm saying.
While you might have mad daylight in the evening, in the morning it's gonna still be dark.
It'll still be dark, exactly. Like, I mean, that's what y'all want.
I mean, it is what it is. My whole thing is that I'm just mad of it because it's fucking up my circadian rhythm, where I'm usually in bed at 9:00. Now I'm struggling to go to bed at 9:00 because on my clock it says 9, but my body's like, nigga, it's 10:30.
Exactly.
My clock is telling me no.
Yeah, man.
My body. Yo, Kel is really high.
He got it.
Kel is on another level.
He's telling me no.
Yo, Kel is on it. Yo, this nigga is hitting every single one of them out the park today.
That's it, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm down for it.
I missed it. What are they saying to do? Get rid of daylight savings time?
They wanna permanently keep daylight savings time. So basically, this spring will be the last time we should. The Senate unanimously voted to basically allow this spring to be the last time we adjust our clocks.
And no more spring.
Yeah, well, a lot of third world countries don't even honor daylight savings time. DR doesn't.
Arizona doesn't either.
Yeah,
in Arizona they do not adjust their clocks.
Yeah, I mean, what's the trade-off? We get more light in the
evening.
More light in the evening.
But be darkest, be dark.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I mean,
the darkness in the morning.
I guess.
Well, it's going to be dark in the morning, but
in the evening, think about this. Think like this.
It's going to get dark in the evening.
Yeah, it will. But what I'm saying is like, if we have a little bit more daytime in the evening versus at night, I think I'm okay with that, just because the fact of in the morning people just kind of getting up, getting started, whatever the case may be. So it's all right for it to be dark. But like in the evening, you feel like you lost the whole day when you come out of work and it's dark.
Yes.
You feel like the day was just gone. It's like it's over. At least if you get up before dark, like, because I know I always do, it feels like, oh, I got the whole day ahead of me.
Man, it feels like I'd be ready to go to bed at 7, bro.
Yo, but when you come out of work and it's dark already, you be like, oh, the day is gone. Like it's over already.
Smith, you know how that work over at Flag where we used to work, where there's no windows inside of the school, nigga. You get there when it's dark, you leave when it's dark, nigga. You got no daylight.
No
period.
Daylight.
That shit is the fucking worst.
Yeah, no daylight.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
I'm all for it. The House is not necessarily. They might vote on it in the next coming weeks or months and stuff like that. But it definitely passed the Senate unanimously. Like they're like, hell yeah, let's let this shit be the last time. I think Brazil also got rid of their daylight savings time.
There's a lot of them. Guyana doesn't do it.
Yeah.
A lot of places don't already. Like.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's stupid, man. I didn't like the idea of losing an hour 2 weeks ago, bro. I didn't like that shit at all.
Franklin.
Yeah, well, that's the trade-off. Because in the fall, I definitely enjoyed having that extra hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like having my emotions played with. So just don't take it away or give it to me.
You like that extra hour, but to your point though, you coming out of work and it's dark as shit.
Yeah. So it's like, do you really feel like you gain an extra hour?
Exactly. Because like I said, man, when I lose that hour, at least I could say, all right, we got extra daylight. But like, in the fall, man, I don't like coming out of work and it's just dark. It's just like, okay.
It sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and you can only hear about the fucking nice day.
I know, right?
Bro, it was fucking sunny as hell.
He said hear about the sun. But I gotta tell you, like, as a person who gets up every day at 3-4 o'clock in the morning and it's still dark out, I have a different view of the world where it's like I always feel like I got the whole day ahead of me. You know what I mean? Like I got all of this time to work with. Versus like, when you come out of work and it's dark and you just feel like it's like, oh my God, that feeling, it's a defeated feeling.
Yeah, it is.
When it's like 4:30, it's like, oh my God, it's dark.
Yeah.
It's just defeating.
Like, nigga, I ain't even finished my lunch yet.
Yeah.
I didn't even eat my lunch. It's fucking dark. Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I guess the only thing that makes sense for me to keep it, the only reason would be just to cut down on the crime during the commute in the mornings. But I guess that same crime can happen in the afternoon.
Crime in the commute in the morning. Who are these early morning bandits you speaking of?
Nah, but no, what he's saying though is true because more of the crime happens in the morning, actually.
Yes, crime happens during the day when y'all motherfuckers ain't home. That's when they breaking in.
No, I mean
because you're not home, you at work.
No, even niggas getting robbed though.
A lot of people get robbed waiting at the bus stops, bro. Trust me.
During the daytime in the morning?
Yes,
no, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's not daytime if you're losing that extra hour. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they do it. They do it.
It's still dark.
You gotta remember, people are moving at 5, 6 in the morning. It's not daytime yet, and people are getting robbed at this time. You know what I mean? It's not daytime. It's not light.
And that's a fucked up way to start your work day.
It is.
Yeah.
But listen, when Shawnee,
the only motherfuckers I know to get robbed that time in the morning.
When Shawnee would rock the mayor's sister got killed downtown, it was like 3 in the morning. She was waiting for the bus. Like that stuff happens at that time in the morning, bro. Trust me.
I'm not talking 3 in the morning. I'm talking but we talking 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. We're not talking dark.
But if it's dark,
if it's dark,
niggas are gonna do it.
They're coming out because it's dark. They're coming under the auspice of darkness. They're not coming because somebody's just waiting at the bus. No, it's because it's dark and they're waiting for the bus. It's a prime opportunity to take advantage.
You heard that there, right?
But you know what? I I am
out in the auspice of
They're coming out in the auspice of darkness.
Hey, I'm sorry.
We are here in the
auspice
of darkness.
We're in the
darkness
auspice
has
of
called
darkness.
us. We have been called by the darkness.
If you look over to the left, you see the amazing creature, the nigga.
He's only called out by the auspice of darkness.
He comes out 2 times a year. He comes out 2 times a day. Once at dusk, and again at the auspice of darkness.
Hey, would y'all be making fun of me if I was white? I'm just saying.
Yes, I would. Absolutely, yes, I would.
Hey, Cat, you be making fun of me if I was white? I'm just saying, man.
Absolutely.
Smith, finish your point, bro. I'm sorry, I got caught up in the vernacular. You fucking threw me
No,
off.
it was the vernacular. I ain't gonna lie. It was just vernacular. All I heard was Michael Jackson's Thriller as they come out in the auspice of darkness.
Oh, man.
I don't want to talk no more. I don't want to talk no more.
No. It's not that you don't want to talk anymore. You do not want to have any vernacular continuing on.
Man, I got layers, man. I got layers.
I will not.
He was dead serious with that point too. Like, that's what's up.
No, you were though.
I'm not serious. I'm having a serious conversation.
Yeah, Smith was expressing concern about people in the morning.
Exactly. Like, when it's dark, like people get knocked over the head.
But you know what's so funny? I'm curious to see. I think Black Zeus make an interesting point. For the folks, I'm curious to see who's going to be willing to be up that early to commit that amount of massive crime versus in the evening.
But that's what I'm saying. If you do the research right now, you will see that a lot of these crimes are committed during that time.
Yeah.
All right, let me look. Yeah. Let me Google this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, these crimes are already being
3 o'clock in the morning.
We're not up and about. We're not up and about. We're not.
I am
commit crimes. Like
I am.
But you know what though?
But you're not trying to commit a crime.
No, I'm not trying to commit a crime.
Look,
but I feel a lot safer at 4 o'clock in the morning than I feel at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
So, all right, so Smith has a point. So this is according to, I don't know what the name of this website is. It's like, in general, the numbers of violent crimes committed by adults increase hourly from 6 a.m. through the afternoon, and in evening hours peaks at 9 p.m. So motherfuckers are committing crimes at least at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
It's dark.
And now that hour extra hour opens up another opportunity.
And juvenile crimes.
Once again, it depends on what kind of crime you're talking about.
Yeah.
Depends on what kind of crime you're talking about. If we're talking about breaking into homes, yes, that happens during the daytime. Any cop will tell you the most home break-ins happen during the daytime while people are at work. That's the most consistent time they have. It doesn't happen at night when people are home. Car theft.
That's for a break-in. I'm not going to break in your house when I think you're sleeping. You're right. Like,
exactly.
That's what I'm
car
saying.
Theft.
But that makes sense to me the same way that if I'm a criminal, I'm going to commit a crime when it's dark.
When it's dark, yeah.
I don't give a damn if it's nighttime dark, morning time dark. When it's dark,
but he just said most of the crime happens between 6 a.m.
through the afternoon.
9 p.m.
But now it's darker for that extra hour.
It's dark.
I'm saying.
That's
so
what
now
I'm saying. It's still dark, right? At 6 a.m.
The majority of that. Hold up.
At 6 o'clock is dark, Black Zeus.
It's still dark, though.
Okay, hear me out. Most of the crimes happen between 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. What's the majority of that time going to be? Is it the majority of that time going to be dark?
No.
It's going to be darker longer now.
It increases hourly from 6 p.m. to the afternoon.
If it's normally light around 7 due to daylight savings time, when we don't
you're not hearing
set it back.
Okay, it's dark. Let's say it's dark at 6. Let's say it's dark at 6, right? And then it's not light till 8. Then let's say it gets dark again at 4, right? That means there's 2 hours in the morning, right? That is dark, and then there's going to be 5 hours in the evening. That is dark. That's 7 hours. But the 8 hours between is still daytime.
Yeah, but this one we're looking at is the juvenile offender. And most of those are going to happen after school hours because that's when the kids, get out of school and they
bro. Them juvenile offenders ain't going to school first. They ain't going at all.
But even with the adults, it's still peaking through 6 a.m. to 9
what I'm saying.
p.m.
So like I don't know.
During the dark hours though.
But that's what I'm saying. My take on it is, if I'm a criminal, I'm saying, now I got an extra hour in the morning to do my stuff.
To do more crime. Yeah.
Because it's darker.
Hold up, gentlemen. If the peak is between 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., that means between 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. It drops off.
You missed it. It peaks at 9 p.m. again. When it's dark, it peaks at 9 p.m. That's what it's saying. It peaks at 9.
I could swear it says dark. It peaks between.
No, it didn't say
between 6.
It said it rises, it increases hourly, but it peaks at 9 p.m. That's what it says. Right there.
And 9 p.m. Schubert means
it's dark.
That you got 6 a.m.,
all right. So
7 a.m.,
once again,
8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 p.m.
Okay.
And
so the most crimes. So hold up. So basically, the most crimes happen at 9 p.m. Which still means at 8 o'clock in the morning, you're safer at 8 o'clock in the morning than you are at 8 p.m.
You know why? Because you got an extra hour of light, because it's light at that time.
Yeah. It's a correlation that it does still go to the darkness and the lightness, bro. Most criminals ain't doing crime during the day. I'm not talking about robbing banks because that banks ain't open at nighttime when it's dark. So I'm not talking about robbing banks.
Bro, I acknowledge
going to do the crime when it's dark outside.
Hear me out. I agree with you that more crime happens during the darker hours.
Yeah, that's
so
all.
We just saw that it's at its lowest point at 6 a.m. It's at its highest point
at 9 p.m. Yeah.
p.m.
I see what she was trying to get at.
You're still safer
during the day,
early morning than you are in the evening.
Nobody out here.
Crime is still happening.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're safer. All I'm saying is crime happens in the darkness. Is all I'm saying. I don't
it don't matter whether
like you said, in the morning crime or evening crime. Crime happens in the darkness. Is what I'm saying.
The argument isn't is it safer? Is do we think the crime will increase with more darkness? And I'm saying
that's what we're saying though. Will crime increase with more darkness? And I'm saying yes.
More darkness, I don't think
we're gonna have more crime.
But okay.
Now, according to this U.S. News says big city crime more likely in the day. And this is published in 2019. While most crimes take place during daylight hours, serious crimes are more commonplace at night. It depends on the crime.
They already. It
depends on the crime.
They already double.
Because you really can't.
Stupid as hell. Wait, this article is dumb as hell, and don't bring stuff to us that's dumb like this.
I just pulled it up.
More likely in the day, but then it says while most crimes take place during daylight hours, serious crimes are more commonplace at night. That's what we're saying, though. We're saying that
the most common. You're saying that the most common violent.
Crimes happen at night and daytime. Point blank. Period.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't give a fuck what study you show me. Your common sense is going to tell you that people will do a crime more so in the darkness than daylight. Daylight means you're going to get caught. It's light. It's light.
Yeah. Right, But to your defense, Smith, it says that, however, while the study finds out on the weekdays more than half drug violations and larceny and theft, simple assault and property crimes occur during the daylight hours between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., the more serious crimes, murder, rape, sexual assault, robbery, driving while impaired, happens at night from 7 p.m. to
6:59 in the morning. All them dark hours when people were sleeping.
I agree with that. I'm not disagreeing with that.
So it depends on what level of crime you.
I was a criminal. I ain't telling on myself, so you won't know what crimes I did. But goddamn it, I tell you, the nighttime is where you move.
I mean, everybody knows this.
If I wanna kill somebody,
nobody feels safe.
I'm gonna kill
them.
Nobody
feels safe when the light went during the darkness. I mean,
hey, look, how many of y'all been at the school dance and y'all was trying to get all close with the girl and they cut the lights on all of a sudden? What did that make you feel like? I'm just saying.
Yo, that was
That brought it home to you, didn't it? It brought it home.
Wow.
You felt like you was doing something you weren't supposed to be. Oh, wait a minute. I'm
It
caught.
said, when the light shined on, it was a crime.
Exactly.
I hate you.
Exactly. Like, come on, it's a crime. Oh, wait a minute. I wasn't.
Yeah. Oh no. Hold on. Where the girl just talking to? Where'd she go?
This shit didn't happen at the little school dance. It definitely happened at the club. You be like, yo, they cut the light on. You be like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
Exactly.
You know
6 feet, girl. That's COVID out here. Give me 6 feet.
I don't know.
What were you doing up on that girl? I was just talking to her about Jesus. I was just talking to her about Jesus. That's all.
Yes. Yeah, the house ain't, but the house ain't all for changing the hours yet. They want a more standard time, which I don't know what the fuck that means, but yeah. All right, we'll see though.
I think that
meet them halfway. Just move the damn clock a half hour in between. You know.
Yeah, she don't even want to do that.
Leave it at that.
That got to be something that's like all or nothing. I'm gonna do it.
Just leave it how it is and keep flopping the clock. Like at the end of the day.
Like what's their justification for wanting to do it?
They created time anyway, so shit.
Well, the justification is there's like all these health issues that comes with it. There's been studies that show that people are lethargic when the time adjusts. There's reported more car accidents that happen. There's cardiac arrest. Productivity is low. So
just make the switch.
Or leave it alone.
Accidents because of the time it's light.
They say it impacts actual commercial transportation because of the time adjustment. I'm not gonna front. I've been lethargic the first couple of days when the time adjusts. I'm like, man, this is some bullshit.
I'm only lethargic when it goes forward. I'm never lethargic when it goes back.
When it goes back, for real.
Yeah.
Only when it goes forward, and it's like, yo, because like Black Zeus said, my body is saying this. The clock says this, but my body says this.
Yeah, my body is saying like you ain't getting up.
My internal body clock didn't stop. You know, my internal body clock still says 7 is 7, regardless of what the clock says. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
It messes with you though.
Nah, it certainly messes with you.
Sure enough does. Oh well.